It's 10:20 and I'm trying to read this, but I have a lot of noise from outside. They're cutting the grass, but that's fine to do that, but not when I'm recording video. So actually some days I cannot record video because they're cutting grass many hours and it makes a lot of noise. It makes so much noise, my walls are shaking. And even I put the speakers 100%, I cannot hear what they're saying. But let's start again. I do this because I like to read it. That's the first time in my life I read about old cars, and I like to read it, but I cannot remember all these numbers. My brain is not like that. I can remember cannot do that, but I like to read it anyway. Even I cannot remember this. I cannot remember. I have to read it many times then in the future, but then I will have it on video. When I'm getting older, I have it on my video and playlists. I can read it.
Mercedes-Benz W191. Mercedes-Benz 170 Mercedes-Benz Ken 170.jpg. Mercedes-Benz 170 Overview manufacturer Mercedes-Benz, also called Mercedes-Benz 170S, W136, Mercedes-Benz 170 SB/170DS, W191. Mercedes-Benz 170 SV/170 SD, W136, production 170S 1949-195-231,197 units, 170 SB/170 DS 1952-195-321,079 units, 170 SV/170 SD 1953-195-518,009 units. Assembly West Germany, Stuttgart, Argentina. Body and chassis glass midsize luxury /executive car, body style 4-door saloon 1949 19555 2-door 2 and 4-seater. The Mercedes-Benz 170S is a luxury car which was produced by Mercedes-Benz from 1949 until 1955 in various gasoline and diesel-powered forms. It was initially offered with a 1.8-litre version of the 1.7-litre inline four-cylinder M136 engine used in the slightly smaller production Type 170V. It was the first Mercedes-Benz to carry in its name the suffix S, for Sondermodell, special model, denoting a superior level of comfort and quality. As such, its intended market was successful business owners and company directors. 1. The 170S was released in May 1949, initially sharing the chassis number of the W136 170V, and closely resembled it. However, in several respects it was more directly a development from the six-cylinder Mercedes-Benz 230 which the company had produced, albeit in small numbers, between 1938 and 1943. 1. The first 170S upgrade occurred in January 1952, being further distanced from the 170V with its own chassis number W191. 2. Mercedes' introduction a year earlier of 2.2-litre six-cylinder M180-engined Mercedes-Benz W187 Luxury 220 model, positioned between the 170S and the company flagship 3.0-litre Mercedes-Benz. W186 Adenauer Tourers undermined the four-cylinder 170s luxury niche. With the arrival of the all-new 1.8-litre Mercedes-Benz W191 180 Ponton in 1953, the 170s was discontinued and a 170SV employing the 170s larger engine but the 170v's slightly smaller body was introduced. It ceased production in 1955. 3. Contents. Models 170S, 1949, 1952. 170SB/170DS, 1952, 1953. 170SV/170SD, 1953, 1955. Gallery. Notes. References. External links. Cabriolets 1949-1951 layout FR layout powertrain engine 1767 CCM 136i4 gas 1767 CCM 636i4 diesel. Dimensions wheelbase 2,845 mm, 112.0 in, length 4,455 mm, 175.4 in, 1949, 1953, 4,450 mm, 175 in, 1953, 1955, width 1,584 mm, 62.4 in. Chronology. Predecessor Mercedes-Benz W136, successor Mercedes-Benz W120/W121. Models 170S, 1949, 1952. The Mercedes-Benz 170S, which appeared in May 1949, was 170 mm, 6.7 in, longer, 104 mm, 4.1 in, wider, and better appointed than the 170V. The 170VS 1697 CCM 136 four-cylinder gasoline /petrol engine was enlarged to 1767 cc, providing a maximum output of 52 HP, 38 kilowatts, compared to the smaller car's 38 HP, 28 kilowatts. Performance was correspondingly enhanced, with a stated top speed of 122 km per hour, 76 miles per hour. It shared the four-speedle synchronous transmission of the 170V. 4. The front wheels were attached using coil springs and double wishbones with a stabilizer bar, as opposed to the simple lateral leaf spring arrangement on the 170V. Since the war, the only version of the Mercedes-Benz 170V available to the public had come with a four-door sedan forward/saloon body. With the 170S, the manufacturer now records some of the wider range of bodies offered on the 170V before the war, adding a two-seat Cabriolet A and a four-seat Cabriolet B. Although the 170S was promoted as a car for company directors, the sobriquet of first S-Class Mercedes-Benz, which began to be applied to it more than 20 years later, following the launch of the manufacturer's W116, is not one that would have been used or recognized in the 1950s. A year after the introduction of the 170S. Its M136 was also installed in the 170V. However, both the compression ratio and the carburetor differed, so that the power advantage for the 170S was merely reduced from a difference of 14 PS to one of 7 PS and not eliminated. 170SB/170DS, 1952-1953. In January 1952, the Mercedes-Benz 170SB replaced the 170S model. The car now received a works number of its own, becoming known internally as the Mercedes-Benz W191. Both cabriolet versions had been withdrawn in November 1951. Cabriolet buyers now being catered for by the cabriolet versions of 6-cylinder Mercedes-Benz W187 220 model. The 170 SB was therefore available only with a 4-door sedan forward/saloon body. Other changes included in the 1952 upgrade included the replacement of the floor-mounted gear lever with a then fashionable column-mounted gear lever. There was now a starter button on the dashboard and the heater was improved. Under the bonnet forward/hood, the camshaft was now driven via a cane rather than via gear cogs. A high-point differential was fitted and the rear track was increased by 15 mm, 0.59 in. 1. January 1952 also saw the launch of a diesel-powered version of the 170S, sold as the Mercedes-Benz 170DS and carrying, like its gasoline forward/petrol-powered sibling, the works designation W191. It shared the 40 HP, 29 kilowatts, OM 636 diesel power unit of the diesel-powered 170V and came with the same official top speed of 105 km per hour, 65 miles per hour. In 1952, diesel-powered passenger cars were still very much a novelty even in Germany. The relatively lumpy engine note and reduced performance of the diesel car were at variance with the upmarket image of the 170S, but no doubt both cost-conscious company directors and upmarket taxi operators appreciated the GT 25% improvement in fuel consumption using a fuel which, on account of tax rates applied, was already provided at a relatively friendly price in Germany. 5. 170 SV /170 SD, 1953-1955. With the appearance of the new 1.8-liter Mercedes-Benz 180 Ponton in 1953, the 170S model suddenly appeared very old-fashioned. The 170V would be delisted in September 1953, and in July 1953 the manufacturer replaced the existing 170S with the reduced specification 170SV. The car that resulted combined the slightly larger body from the 170S with the less powerful 45 HP engine that had previously powered the 170V. The vehicle provided reduced performance but at a reduced price, while salesmen steered more prosperous buyers to the new 180. The diesel-powered 170S continued to be sold, now branded as the 170SD. The internal W191 designation which had distinguished the previous 170s was removed, and the 170S manufactured from 1953 returned to the W136 designation that they had shared till the end of 1951. In September 1955 the Mercedes-Benz 170 SV was withdrawn from production. There was no direct replacement. By now economic recovery was setting in strongly, and Mercedes-Benz hoped to persuade company directors to buy a 6-cylinder Mercedes-Benz. In its final version, more than 80% of the cars sold were diesel-powered, suggesting that for the most part cost-conscious taxi operators had replaced status-conscious executives as 170S customers. 7. Gallery. Mercedes-Benz 170S Cabriolet, i.e. two-seater cabriolet, 1949-1951.
Yes, break. Got 5 minutes left. No, they are way too old. I have this low income. I have a pension. I could maybe have an old Mercedes from the 80s, the late 80s, but not that old, because I think you need a lot of money. Because you need to have money to buy special parts, and you need to buy somebody working on the car, doing the seats and engine and the chassis and the painting. You need to have money to pay someone to do that. So that's for collectors who have a good part of money. That's not for me, but I think they're very nice. This car I understand males who like to collect these cars. I understand that. But you will need a lot of space and money and stuff to do it. Many millions of Danish kroners and dollars.
Mercedes-Benz 170S Cabriolet B, i.e. 4-seater cabriolet, 1949-1951. Mercedes-Benz 170V/170S. Mercedes-Benz 170DS, model W191, parked in front of a cafe in Bellagio, Italy. Mercedes-Benz 170DS rear view, model W191. 1953 Mercedes 170DS, model W191. Dashboard of a Mercedes 170DS, model W191. Notes. 1 Oswald, page 12. 2 Oswald, page 14.
But that was 37 minutes. Do it one part, but not when I'm getting interrupted by lawn mooners. That was last edit, 16 May. And the dimension another one. But the video splits in 2-3 minutes. We don't have time for that. No, there was mentioned another. I go find it. To write this down on the notes. I will go and see to find it. No, every time I stop the video, I need 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes to do 10 or 15 minutes to do ready for next one. No, I had to search, I must mention another one. But that's something I have to sit do myself without have a camcorder running. So I will do that. No, there mentioned many others, but I need some time to sit do this alone. There was mentioned like, but I have all these numbers. I cannot remember all these numbers. That's too many numbers. I cannot remember it. We have 2 minutes. I'm not sure what. Then I see more numbers, but they're keeping getting more and more numbers like this one. That's W153. I don't have that. And they keep do that, and then have more. And then we have another M180 engines. I don't have that. Then another number, 187. That's 187. I don't have the 187, so they keep mentioning more and more new numbers. So that's another one there, 122. I think, yes, the 122 got that. That's the one I have there. So, but they keep mentioning more and more numbers. So. I'm not going to finish that, but I'll download this tree there. And I have to sit low even there doing more, but we don't have more time now, and I need 10 minutes to sit do this alone. And the video's splitting. So just upload, then charging my camcorder a little bit, then I will continue.